whatever you have achieved resets. On the 1st of January, nobody cares what you did last year. Are we clear on that?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
So today is the last time you talk about 2019. Get over that hangover. The party is over. You're back to work.
A good thing.
This happens every year, guys. Every year we spend Q1 being either happy or upset about what happened last year. And then when we enter Q2, we are like, oh my God, we are off our schedule. The targets we set, boom, not happening. How many of you have already closed a sale this year? Put your hands up. That just tells you your activity rate. This is day 3 of the year. By the way, guys, you know what's special about 2020? You have one extra day. It's a leap year. So if you have one extra day, what are you going to do? This better be a more productive year. You see, when I started this business, I was only 17 years old. Shh, our secret. It's illegal. My father is a life insurance agent. He's a 36-year top of the table member. Very rich man. All his money is my money. So when I was 17 and I just graduated from high school, he said, Sanjay, I'm going to buy you a brand new car. I said, why is that? You see, if my father is buying me a gift, there has to be a reason. He would never give me a gift just like that. So I asked him, Dad, why? And he's like, I'm very proud of you. You have graduated high school with good grades, so I want to buy you a brand new car. I said, are you sure? He said, well, there's one condition. We have these new recruits in the office. Your job is to drive them for training and bring them back. I said, okay, for a new car, I would do that. Let's be honest. I said, all right. He said, but there's one more thing. I said, what's that? He said, you have to sit in the training. I said, why do I have to sit in the training? He said, Sanjay, the training is very boring. They usually run away. This way, because you're the boss's son, you know they will stay in the office. So imagine this. I had the same training every day for 6 months. After 6 months, I told my father, I said, Dad, it's so easy to sell insurance. He said, Sanjay, but you don't even have a degree. How can you sell insurance? I said, Dad, it's so simple. I know more than the trainer. He's like, no, you're not qualified. I said, Dad, don't worry. It's such a simple business. He said, okay, you can sell insurance, but on one condition. Somebody in the office, a senior advisor, has to agree that you gave the right advice. I said, it's okay. I know more than the trainer already. Imagine, selling insurance was a gift for me. He added a condition to it. Now, what is the biggest problem that we face in our business? Prospecting, correct?
Yes.
How many of you have that problem?
Everyone.
You see, our biggest problem is finding our prospects. So my first client was my classmate in college, my best friend. I went to her. Now, do you think they make the decision? The answer is no, correct? Who makes the decision? Their parents. Correct or not?
Yes.
So I went to meet my best friend's father. I said, Uncle, I'm going to teach your daughter how to save money. You know what he said? He said, Sanjay, you don't know my daughter. The only thing she knows is how to spend money. Every month she wants a Gucci, Prada, Chanel. I said, Uncle, don't worry. I'll teach her how to save money. But there's one condition. I learned that from my father. You do anything for anyone, do it with one condition. I said, Uncle, but there's one condition. Whatever she saves, you have to match it. So if she saves $500, you will save $500 for her. He said, Sanjay, forget 500, I will give you 1,000. I said, yes. 1,000 done. Then I go to my best friend. I said, Z, your father has agreed to double your pocket money, but on one condition. You save $500, he will put 1,000 in your account. She said, Sanjay, you don't know my father. He's a very stingy man. He will not even give you $1 extra. I said, don't worry. You sign here. And that is how I did my first sale. So in my first year, I did 60 cases. All my classmates. And I qualified MDRT. Now there is a problem. Your classmates are the same. Correct or not?
Yes.
So I went back to my uncle, my classmate's father, and I said, Uncle, your daughter has a retirement plan, you don't. For your daughter, we are saving 1,500. For you, we need to save 3,000. Correct? Older, right? So in my second year, I qualified COT. I did 180 cases. Now there's a problem. My classmates are the same. Their parents are the same. Correct? So how do you do it in the third year? Very simple. Change college. So I've done 2 bachelors, 3 masters, 1 PhD. I've been in college for 18 years. Only for one reason. Prospecting. So again, how many of you have a prospecting problem? You know what to do. My dean called me a few months ago and he said, Sanjay, you need to leave college. I said, why is that? He said, you have finished on all the courses. So hopefully this year I'm starting medicine. Catch them young, watch them grow. Right? All the doctors. Because doctors all believe they are invincible, they will never fall sick. It won't happen to me, Sanjay. I'm a doctor. You see, when I joined this business, everyone told me, Sanjay, aim for MDRT. So I did. It was my childhood dream to become an MDRT member because I grew up in a family of insurance advisors. I'm a 3rd generation insurance advisor. My grandfather was an insurance advisor, my father is an insurance advisor, I'm an insurance advisor. It was a childhood dream to become an MDRT member. So I qualified MDRT. I went to the meeting and I met people over there who said, Sanjay, well done. But there's one more level. You have to do your COT. So that's what I did. I ran for COT next. And I got my COT. And then again, when I went to the meeting, I met a guy, he said, Sanjay, well done. But there's one more level. TOT. I said, all right. So at the age of 23, I became a TOT. And then I went to a meeting only for TOT agents. And I met a guy. He said, well done, but there's one more level. I said, what's that? He said, double TOT. I said, I just died doing one. How do you do two? He said, there are people who are doing it. So I ran. At the age of 25, I did my first double TOT. And then I met a guy. He said, Sanjay, well done. But there's one more level. 6 TOT in 1 year. He said, are you stupid? Who does 6 TOT in 1 year? He said, people are doing it. Are you doing it? For many years, I did not even believe it is possible. But then when I was getting my life membership, I said, why don't I make this my record year? So at the age of 28, when I was getting my life membership, I said, I'm going to set a new record for myself. And that was the first time I did 6 TOTs in 1 year. Then one of my friends was joking with me. He said, Sanjay, if you can do 6, why don't you do TOT every month? Joke here. I didn't even know it was possible, right? So 2016, I said, you know what? I'm going to run for TOT every month. So in 2016, I did hit my target. I did 10 TOTs in 1 year. Don't clap, I did hit my target. It's very easy to set targets. If you don't hit them, don't be happy about it. So 2017, I ran again. And I was aiming for 12 MDRT, TOT every month. So in 2017, I did 13 TOTs. 2018, they asked me, what's your target? I said, my target 2018 is 100 MDRT in 1 year. That is 18 times top of the table in 1 year. 2018, I missed my target, I did 90. So 2019, I set the target that I'm going to do 100 MDRT. And as of 30th September 2019, I had hit my 100 MDRT. So someone asked me, Sanjay, what's your target for 2020? What should be my target, guys? 200? 365 MDRT. MDRT every day. Is it possible?
It's possible.
There's a problem. I don't believe it. You see, that's the problem. In our business, there are 2 things you require to be successful. You need the right mindset and you need the right skill set. I might have the skills, but my mind still doesn't agree that I can do 1 MDRT every day. And that's my challenge. And the reason why I'm telling you my target is that it reinforces my mind that it should be possible. It should be possible. Because as of today, I've already finished one TOT. Third day into the year. So I'm technically doing 2 MDRTs every day for the last 2 days. Correct? I've done 6 MDRTs. Today is the 3rd of January. So if I can do that, can I replicate that for the rest of the year? That's the question. But my mind has to agree first. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember one thing. If your mind doesn't agree, you can set the biggest targets, but your mind doesn't believe it, it's not going to happen. So I need you to spend some time to believe, understand your target for 2020. Focus on that. Forget thinking about what happened in 2019. Because some of you will be happy, some of you will be sad. Don't waste your energy on it. Everything reset on the 1st of January. Whatever I did last year doesn't affect me this year. Everything starts again on the 1st of January. Each one of us will meet clients every day, which will give us reasons on why they should not deal with you. Am I correct?
Yes.
How many of you get objections? All of us. It is part of our business. When you get an objection, it's your client telling you, I don't see value in your advice. I had a client once, he told me, he's like, Sanjay, I'm so rich, I don't need insurance. How many of you heard that? All of us. We have a problem there. A lot of our clients don't understand the value of insurance because we're focused on the product, not the advice. The why is more important than the how. You see, when I started in this business, I was told that there's a sales process. How many of you would like to learn my sales process? Fantastic. Hold on. Now, guys, I'm not a professional speaker. I don't use PowerPoint. I'm very old school. For a very simple reason, can you imagine you go to a client, you remove your iPad, and you start going through a PowerPoint. And your client stops you. Does it look like you've made this PowerPoint just for them? Probably not. Go to a doctor. Doctor removes his iPad and says, this is probably the disease you have. How do you feel? What does a doctor do? Takes a paper and pen and scribbles. Even he doesn't understand his handwriting. True or not?
Yes. True. Agree.
But it looks professional. So, how many of you want to be professional and how many of you want to be successful? Make the difference. If you want to be professional, go make a PowerPoint. If you want to be successful, paper and pen. So this is the sales process that I was taught.
Binibidyo mo na.
Alright? You start with fact finding. Correct? You do your fact finding, then you do your product presentation. Fact finding, some of you will say need analysis, correct?
Yes.
After your product presentation, you will handle your objections, and after objections, you can do your closing. Am I correct? Yes, this is the sales process? Alright, so can we do some need analysis together? Yes? Okay. What are the questions you ask when you do a fact finding or need analysis?
Ano ito? Phone ko. Mamaya na.
Guys, don't worry, you can shout. Family members, okay, do you have a family? What else? Income, very important. Income, expenses, correct? What else?
Work.
Assets and liabilities, yes. What else? status, very important, yes. Medical status. What else? Smoker, non-smoker. What else? Age, very, very important. What else? Budget. How can you forget that? What else?
Lifestyle.
Goals and dreams. I love that one. Okay, what else?
Lifestyle.
What else? Very important, you forgot name.
Name. Name. Name.
Ask the guy his name at least. What else do you ask?
Health issue.
Do you have any other insurance? Existing insurance, yes. What else do you ask? Occupation, very important, yes. Alright, is that enough? Enough, right? Alright, let's go through this list. Your name is Jim Jack Jane. Can you die? Why the hell you can? Your income is high, your income is low. Can you die? Why the hell do you care? You have assets, you don't have assets. Can you fall sick? Yes. Why the hell do you care? Your medical history is good, your medical history is bad. Can you die? Yes. Why the hell do you care? Your age is 20, your age is 40. Can you fall sick? Can you die? Yes. Why do you care? Whenever you ask a woman her age, it's always -10, correct? Why do you ask? You're a smoker, you're a non-smoker. Will you die? Yes. Most smokers will tell you they're non-smokers, true or not? Budget. What is the budget for insurance? 0. Why do you ask? Their goal is to go to the moon. Can you help? Why the hell do you ask? They have dreams or nightmares. How does it affect you? They have an existing insurance or they don't have existing insurance. How does it affect your advice? They're a doctor, lawyer, engineer. Can they die?
Yes.
Why the hell do you care? They have a family, they don't have a family. They're married, they're not married. Does it affect your advice? No. Probably married, already dead. So why do you do this? Why do you do this? I'll tell you why. It's a compliance requirement. It is not a sales requirement. We have got the whole sales process wrong. You have to do fact finding, you have to do need analysis, but not in the beginning of the sales process, at the end of the sales process. Because otherwise your compliance officer will kill you. It's a requirement of compliance, not sales. We've got the process wrong. The problem is, whenever we do a need analysis, our clients lie to us. True or not?
True.
I'll give you an example. There was a guy who was doing a road show for one of the insurance companies. He stopped me. He said, "Sir, we are doing a survey on financial planning. Can you tell me what's your name?" I said, "Tom Cruise." Really? Yeah, absolutely. How old are you? I feel like 21.
Feel like.
What's your income? Whatever you like. What's your business? Astronaut. Dream, right? You see, people lie. And that's the problem that we have. Most of our clients never tell us the truth. So you start with need analysis. And you end up giving them advice based on lies. And you wonder why they don't buy. So the 21st century sales process is slightly different. We do fact-finding need analysis, but after closing, because you have to do it. It is very important that you have the right documentation, guys. Please keep that in mind. It's a very, very, very important part of the sales process. But it happens after closing. So, the other problem is we focus on our products. How many of you are a doctor of financial planning and how many of you are a pharmacy for financial planning? Make a decision. Are you a doctor or are you a pharmacy? Make a decision. Because a doctor focuses on health advice, a pharmacy focuses on medicine. Each one of you is a doctor of financial planning. Now let me ask you this question. How many products does your company have? Shout me an answer. How many products do you have? A lot. I like that answer. Imagine a doctor who doesn't know how many products they have. How many products do you have? 15? 20? How many of you think you have 20 products? 15? 10? Guys, let's get one thing very clear. We only have 4 products in our business. You die, I pay. You fall sick, I pay. You retire, I pay. Your kids go to college, I pay. There is no 5th product. There is no product where I pay in heaven or heaven. Any of you sell afterlife insurance? Exactly. So we only have 4 products. Let's get that very clear. There are only 4 products. What are the 4 products?
I die.
You die, I pay. You fall sick, I pay. You retire, I pay. Your kids go to college, I pay. There is no 5th product. So stop talking about products. Start focusing on concepts. Why should a client buy insurance? How many of you do education planning for your clients? Okay. Would you like to see my presentation on education planning?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Client or Miss Client, your child is born. At the age of 18, they will go to college. Now you have 2 options. Option A, you save money and you earn interest. When they turn 18, I will give you the money for their college. That's option A. Option B, when they turn 18, you borrow the money and then you pay interest. Which one would you choose? A? Okay, sign here. Is there a 3rd option? No. There are only 2 options. Do you need to do need analysis for this? No. You only have 2 options. You either save money and earn interest or you borrow money and pay interest. Choice is yours. How much time do you spend with a client? How many of you spend about 1 hour with your client? What do you talk about? I mean, seriously. What do you talk about? Seriously. You spend 1 hour talking about nothing. You spend 1 whole day with your client. I know the traffic in the Philippines is bad. Doesn't mean you have to get maximum ROI. You know, when I started in this business, I was the same problem. I would be spending 2 hours with a client. And I realized it's an absolute waste of my time. Today, on an average, I spend about 20 minutes with the client. Because my presentation, how long will the presentation take? 30 seconds. Make a decision. It's either yes or no, move on. Their children, why are you worried? You want to see my next presentation? This is for all the rich people.
Kasama na kayo dito kaya.
Mr. Client, every tree has roots. And the stronger the roots, the taller and stronger the tree. Can we be correct? Yes? Mr. Client, your roots is your income. And the tree is your assets. If I cut the tree from the top, but the roots stay, the tree will grow back. If your assets lose value, don't worry. As long as you have income, your assets will grow back. The most important thing is to protect the roots. And the simple formula for that is, we need to have 10 times of your annual income as life insurance. Do you have any questions? No? Okay, sign How long did this presentation take? What is the conversation you will have after this? I will tell you the conversation. You will get objections. Right? I'll give you the objection you will get after you do this presentation. Now let's talk about that. So let's look at every presentation and let's predict what the objection will be. Is that fair? Yes? Yes? Okay. So let's look at the first presentation. What is the objection you will get after you do this presentation? I have no money. All right. But that's an objection you will get for all your presentations, not only for this presentation. Correct?
Yes.
So we'll handle that separately. That is what we call a general objection. But there will be a specific objection you will get after you do this presentation. Let me teach that to you. I got this objection for the first time ever, and this was 9 months ago. I had a client, he said, Sanjay, I believe in the future, education will be free.
Oh, yeah.
How would you handle that objection?
Oh, yeah.
No, Mr. Client, history has proven the cost of education only increases. True or not? We will remove all the statistics to say cost of education is increasing. Remember one thing, your client has already made up his mind that the cost of education in the future is free, correct? So don't challenge it, accept it. This is what I tell the client. I said, Mr. Client, you are absolutely correct. Even I believe in the future, education will be free because of technology, because of whatever reason. But let me ask you a question. What if both of us are wrong? And education becomes more expensive. Should the children go to college or not? They should. You see, Mr. Client, if we save the money and education is free, the money is still yours. But if education has become expensive, thank God we have saved the money. Do you have any other questions? Sign here.
Sign. Forma.
Closing. Very important. You have to say the words sign here. How many of you think your clients will say, give me the application form, I will sign? Never going to happen. You have to ask for the signature. When you ask for the signature, they will give you another objection. This time it will be a general objection. I need to ask my wife. True or not?
Yes.
So how do you handle that objection? Very simple. Accept it first. Mr. Client, I'm so glad you want your wife to be a part of this decision. But let me ask you a question. Every mother who cares about their child would tell you save money on the side. I have no reason to believe that your wife will disagree. However, we still have 3 weeks to make this decision. Sign here. We have something called a free look period, correct or not?
Yes.
Then they will give you another objection. I have no money. Another general objection. So what do? Accept it. Mr. Klein, I'm so glad you told me that you have no money. But let me ask you a question. Imagine you go to the doctor and the doctor says you need to have this medicine and you tell the doctor, I have no money. What will the doctor say? Get borrow Steve, figure it out. I will put this on your credit card. You have 30 days to figure it out. Do you have any other questions? No? Sign here. Do you realize when I handle objections, I follow a process? Yes? My process is very simple. Now, first of all, I want you to thank AIA for 2 reasons. They have sponsored to have each one of you get a book, which is the objection planning playbook. You have it? Give them a round of applause, please.
Meron kayo?
Objection is a process. It starts with acknowledging the objection. Don't ever challenge it, acknowledge it, accept it. Follow up with the right question. You have to ask the right question. You have to give them a solution or an example. And you have to make it relatable to them. 4 steps. Every objection in the world can be handled by following these 4 steps. Acknowledge the objection, ask the right question, give a solution example, and make it relatable. You can give me any objection in the world, I will handle it in exactly the same process. Now, let's come to the next presentation. So what is the objection you will get when you do the roots and tree presentation? I'll tell you the objection I got. This client of mine is a very wealthy client. He said, Sanjay, I agree with you. The roots need to be protected for the tree. Agreed. But Sanjay, I don't have one tree, I have a forest.
Forest.
You see
I
the
don't have
problem?
one tree, I have a forest.
You have a split second to reply. You have no 10 minutes to think about it. You have a split second, you have to know what to reply. So I start with acknowledging it. Mr. Klein, I'm so glad you told me you have a forest. But let me ask you a question. If there is a forest fire, the fire department needs to have the right amount of water. And the formula to know how much water they need is 10 times of annual income. That's the formula. Do you have any other questions? Sign here. Let me ask you this question. How much critical illness insurance should a person buy? What's the formula? Okay, easier question. How much water should a person drink every day? Wow, you all know the answer. All doctors, huh? Who told you this answer? The doctor. Very good. Okay, how many steps should you walk every day? Who told you this? The doctor. Okay. You are all doctor of financial planning. How much critical illness should you buy? Wow. Everyone different answer. Well done. Can we as a profession make a decision? The formula is very simple. What is the formula for income protection? 5 times of annual income is income protection. You see, when I started in this business, we used to call the product dreaded illnesses. Then the insurance companies changed the product name to critical illness. So I was sitting with a client once and I said, Mr. Client, I think you should buy some critical illness. He said, Sanjay, which one are you selling? My wife gave me heart attack already. You see, our profession has made a very big mistake. We sell a product called critical illness. Who the hell likes to buy critical illness? So I started calling it income replacement. Right? And then a client told me, he's like, Sanjay, tell me something. Who likes to be replaced? Nobody. That's when I changed it and I only speak about income protection. Mr. Client, would you like your income to be protected? What is the answer? Yes. You see, if you ask the right questions, you will get the right answers. If you ask your clients, would you like to buy critical illness? No. That is the problem that we face. In our profession, we all have to agree what is the formula. How much life insurance should a person buy? What's the formula? 10 times of annual income. Who told you that? Dr. Sanjay Tolani. That's why I got a doctor degree. You know why? So that they believe you. Can you imagine you go to a doctor, how much time do they spend doing fact finding? You go to a doctor, how much time do you spend with them? 5-10 minutes lucky, correct? How much time do they spend doing ice breaking? 0. You enter the office, oh, you're not well, remove your clothes, lie down. Go fact finding. Just because they are doctor, correct or not? That's why I went to do my doctorate. Remove your clothes, lie down. Everyone listens. So if anyone asks you, who gave you this formula, what would you say?
Dr. Sanjay.
No. Everyone knows. How much water should you drink every day? 8 glasses of water. Who told you? Everyone knows, correct or not?
Yes.
So when someone asks you, who told you this formula, just say, everyone knows. Only you don't know. If you earn 100,000 pesos in a year, how much life insurance do you need? 1 million. Simple, correct? You earn 1 million pesos, how much life insurance do you need? 10 million. You earn 100 million pesos, how much life insurance do you need?
1 billion.
1 billion, period, finish. The formula does not change. That is the power of a formula. It does not change. Don't get scared by big numbers, it's only a 0. I write 1 and I keep writing 0 till my client says enough. The problem is I don't know how many zeros there are in a billion. Don't care. I just write 1 and I keep writing zeros. I think that one looks good. That is the power of a pen and paper. Because it looks like this was made just for you. Correct or not?
Yes.
You want to see another presentation?
Yes.
This is my father's presentation. He has used the same presentation for the last 36 years. And he's TOT every year. Right? This presentation is a 3-minute presentation. And then after that, either you buy or you don't buy GTH. You know what's GTH? Go to heaven. I know what you're thinking. Everyone in the world falls in 4 categories. Luxury, comfortable, poor, charity. Now let's say there is a family which is comfortable. This family is comfortable because either there's a man or a woman at work. So this man at work or woman at work makes sure this family is comfortable. If all of a sudden this man or woman is removed, this family will immediately fall down to charity. Charity from family members, charity from society. It will fall to some level. So we need a pump to immediately hold this family over here. So if there's no man at work, we need money at work. And the simple formula for this is 10 times of your annual income should be life insurance, and 5 times of your annual income should be income protection. Do you have any questions? No? Okay, sign here. How difficult is this presentation? How long did this presentation take? 3 minutes. How much time do you spend with your clients? 1 hour. What are you going to talk for the next 57 minutes? Exactly, you see the problem? Learn to get out of the office. After you ask them for signature, you either get a yes or a no. If they tell you no, what should you do? Leave. What are you wasting your time for? How many of you think your clients don't feel the urgency to buy insurance? How many of you feel that? Almost all of us. Our clients don't feel urgency. They don't want to make the decision now, correct? So let me ask you a question. If they don't buy insurance today, they buy after 1 year, what will happen? The premium will increase, correct?
Yes.
If the premium increases, your commission will increase?
Yes.
So why are you in a hurry? Why are you in a hurry? You know, when my client tells me, Sanjay, I will think about it. You know what I tell them? Mr. Client, 5 years, think. No problem. You know why? After 5 years, your premium will increase. I earn more money. Take your time. Maybe in those 5 years, you will die. Then I'll tell your wife, idiot, he didn't buy, at least you buy. You see, it doesn't affect me. Is it your family? No, it's his family. He doesn't care. Why do you care? Why do you care? I'll tell you why. Because if this one client doesn't buy, you will not hit your target this month. Your activity rate is so low. You meet so little people that if this one client doesn't buy, no business this whole month. So you follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. Please buy. Support me. Imagine you go to a doctor and the doctor says, please, 1 bypass. I've done 9. I need 1 more. Let me do, please. I have to hit my target 10, please. How do you feel? Stupid, right? Guys, let's get one thing very clear. Your activity rate will affect your business. There is no shortcut to activity. You have to have activity. Our business is like a heartbeat. You need the small cases, you need the big cases. The small cases, the big cases, the small cases, the big cases. If you're only focusing on big cases and you don't get a big case for a long time, what happens? You die. The small cases keep you alive, the big cases make you rich. The small cases keep you alive, the big cases make you rich. Keep that in mind. Now, what is a small case? A small case is a case that you close every week. Preferably 2 in a week. So every week, if you're not closing at least one case, you will die in this business. So you need the heartbeat. Small cases and big cases, small cases and big cases. The small cases keep you alive. The big cases make you rich. Absolutely true. Now, what is a small case for me today? For me, a small case is $5 million. A big case is $100 million. But if you met me 5 years ago, my small case was $1 million, my big case was $10 million. If you met me 10 years ago, my small case was $100,000, my big case was $1 million. If you met me 17 years ago when I joined this business, my small case was any case, and my big case was any case. So as you grow in this profession, learn to set new standards. It's just like going to the gym. If you go first day to the gym, can you run on the treadmill? Probably not. You will start with walking. You will walk 15 minutes. But after 1 month of the same regular practice, you can start jogging 15 minutes. And by the end of the year, you should be able to run a full marathon. Correct? That's how people practice for marathons. It's exactly the same in our business. You have to first start with a walk, increase into a jog, and then become a marathon runner. Now imagine you stop running for 1 year. You come back to the gym. Can you immediately start running a marathon? No. You are again almost restarting. So in our business, you don't let your activity rate drop. You have to keep increasing it over a period of time. Your choice. You move from a marathon to a triathlon. Who's the fastest man in the world?
Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt. He ran the fastest 100 meters, correct? Do you think he ran only one day? No, he practices every single day. Correct? If you want to become the Usain Bolt of your industry, you have to run every single day. You have to practice, because when you get that opportunity to perform, you will only get it once. And at that time, you will either perform or not perform. A lot of people tell me, Sanjay, I like to work with rich clients. Let me be honest with you. If I put you in front of a rich client, you will start shaking. Imagine I put you in front of a billionaire. What will you sell to them? Some of you will start using the words, I will sell them estate planning. What is estate planning? There's no product called estate planning. Correct? Then your clients will tell you, I already have a lawyer. He does my estate planning. I already have a tax consultant. He does my estate planning. I already have a chartered accountant. He does my tax planning. I don't need you. That's the answer we get. True or not? So stop using the word estate planning. Start doing what you do best. What is the best advice that you give? Financial advice. Is there a product better than insurance? No. There is no product in the world that does what insurance does. A lot of our clients will compare insurance to property, correct or not?
Yes.
I'd rather invest money in property, correct?
Yes.
First of all, Mr. Client, insurance creates money that doesn't even exist. Think about it. Okay, is there any underwriter or actuary in the room? No? Good. Close your ears if you are. How does an insurance company make money? Think about it. How does an insurance company make money? Okay, imagine this. I buy 1 million pesos of life insurance. What is the cost? About 10,000 pesos a year. Right? I pay 1 year, I die. How much does the insurance company have to pay?
1 million.
1 million. How much did you pay? 10,000. How can they make money? Cannot. Correct? Now imagine you pay for 5 years. How much have you paid? 50,000. You die. How much do they have to pay? 1 million. How much did you pay? 50,000. How can they make money? They cannot make money. Okay, you pay 10 years. How much have you paid? 100,000 pesos. How much do they pay?
1 million.
1 million. Can they make money? No. Okay, 20 years. How much have you paid? 200,000. How much do they have to pay?
1 million.
1 million. Can they make money? No. So how does the insurance company make money? You want to know?
Yes.
Secret. When you cancel the policy. The insurance company makes money when you cancel the policy. Otherwise, the insurance company cannot make money. I tell this to my clients. I tell my clients, you want to learn how to make money from an insurance company? Buy insurance, don't cancel it. Guaranteed you win. Guaranteed. You will always get more than you have paid. There is no scenario in which you get less than what you have paid. That is the power of life insurance. You cannot lose money. But Sanjay, what if I don't die? Why, you're God. You know the power of death? It is universal. Everyone will die. But Sanjay, in my culture, we don't like to talk about death. How many of you feel that? Sanjay, in the Asian culture, we don't like to talk about death. I'm also Asian, by the way. Yeah? I tell this to my clients. I say, Mr. Client, there is no wife that will go to her husband and say, when you die, what should I do? There's no child who will go to their father and say, Daddy, Daddy, when you die, what should I do? True or not? It's my job. It's my job to ask the difficult questions. It is not dinner conversation that when you die, what should I do? That's our job. It's our job to ask the difficult questions. And when you ask that question, ask it with conviction. Believe in your question. Mr. Client, when you die, what happens? And after you ask that question, keep quiet. Gets uncomfortable, right? Not for me, for you. You see, I'm standing in front of 2,000 people right now. Do I look uncomfortable when I ask that question? No, I'm waiting for your answer. It doesn't affect me. So when you sit in front of your client and you ask this question, when you die, what happens? Keep quiet. The problem is the child inside us. I know this answer, I know this answer. We learned this in school, right? When you know the answer to a question your teacher asks, your child wakes up and says, I know this answer. Learn to control that child. Keep quiet. I know you know the answer, but it's your job to ask the question. It's your client's job to give you an answer. There was one client of mine, he doesn't talk. So I asked him this question, 15 minutes silence. I kept looking at him. After 15 minutes, there are only 3 responses you can get. I have already planned for it. I don't know. I don't care. These are the 3 potential answers. Correct or not? So you have to practice for all 3 answers. So the answer is, I've already planned for it. What should be your next question? I am so glad that you have planned for it. But let me ask you a question. In matters of life and death, it is always important to get a second opinion. I'm here to give you a second opinion because this is matters of life and death. True or not? What is the second answer you can get? I don't know. Well, Mr. Client, the simplest formula for that is 10 times of your annual income should be life insurance. 5 times of your annual income should be critical illness or income protection. Do you have any other questions? No? Sign here. What's the third answer you can get? I don't care. Mr. Client, I'm so glad that you don't care. You see, your family does. Life insurance is not for people who die, it's for the people who live on. True or not?
True.
So I don't care if you die.
Sign here.
But your family does.
Sign here.
Who is your real client? The beneficiary is your real client. Because the person who buys insurance from you never gets to enjoy it. True or not? I had one client, he said, Sanjay, if I die, I don't want to leave a lot of money for my children. Have you heard that?
Yes.
It's an objection. How do you handle it? I'm so glad you told me that you don't want to leave a lot of money for your children. But why is that? Well, Sanjay, money will spoil them. Mr. Client, let me tell you a story. My grandfather told this to me when I was 19. He said, Sanjay, if I give you money, but I don't give you values, the money will be lost. But if I give you values, and I don't give you money, values will be lost. I said, no, Granddad. Everyone says, give values to your children, they will make the money. He said, no, son. Everyone knows stealing is bad. But when you're hungry, you will be forced to steal. Money is not good, money is not bad, money is power. But values decide where that power is used. So, Mr. Client, it's your job to give a lot of values to your children. It's my job to create the power for them. And I create it right now. 10 times of your annual income. Do you have any other questions? Sign here. That is the power of insurance. And each one of us has that power, but it's a conviction that is missing. How many of you think insurance is a part-time job? Okay, let me ask you a better question. How many of you think love is a part-time job? How many of you are married part-time? Even if the answer is yes, don't raise your hand. You see, the promise you have given to your spouse is the same promise you're giving to your client. Till death do us part. Through sickness and health, I will be with you. Through rich and poor, I'll be with you. Correct or not?
Yes.
So the same promise that you have given to your spouse, you're giving to your clients. Would you marry just anyone on the street? No. Guys, please get one thing very clear. Choose your clients. If you don't love your clients, reject them. You know, there's a very powerful rejection strategy. I tell my clients, I don't like you. There are many people who come to me, Sanjay, can I buy insurance from you? I say no. Why? I don't love you. How many people die every day? Think about it. Thousands, correct? How many of you even say a prayer for them? We don't. True or not? Why? Because you don't know and you don't care about them. People die every day. We don't care about it. Why? Because we don't know them. But if your best friend catches a cold, you will call them 10 times. Did you drink chicken soup? Did you go to the doctor? Have you taken your medicine? Why? Because you love them. If I don't love you, GTH. Heaven or hell, you choose. When we joined this business, there were 3 promises you were given, right? You will have the freedom of time. How many of you joined this business for freedom of time? Well done. Congratulations. You left a 9 to 5 job for a 24-hour job. Well done. Freedom of time.
Freedom of time.
How many of you joined this business because you were told you can work with whoever you like? That's what I thought. You work with people you don't like. No wonder you're miserable every Monday. How many of you get Monday blues? Why do you get a Monday blue? You're meeting your friends, right? Why do you get a Monday blue? Because you don't like your clients. We look forward to Saturday, Sunday. Why? Because we get to spend time with our friends. Why are your clients not your friends? If you don't love them, GTH. That is the problem. What was the third reason why you joined? You can earn as much money as you like. True or not?
True.
How many of you are earning as much money as you like? One person. She's earning a lot of money. Guys, you know who to catch. If you want to earn a lot of money, you need to have the right strategy. Two things I want you to take away from today. You need the right mindset and you need the right skill set. Because if you have the right mindset but you don't have the right skill set, it doesn't work. And if you have the right skill set but you don't have the right mindset, you will never be able to sell as much as you can potentially sell. You need the right combination of both. There's a process. To follow that process, start with a concept. Learn to build concepts. If you don't know how to build concepts, copy mine. It's all right. I have a client once, he said, Sanjay, I'm so rich, I don't need insurance. I told him, Mr. Client, you are absolutely correct. But you are what we call the Titanic, the ship that cannot sink. I am a lifeboat manufacturer. The bigger the ship, the more lifeboats you need. True or not? And the simple formula to know how many lifeboats you need is 10 times the annual income is life insurance. Do you have any other questions?
Sign here.
I had a client once, he gave me a very funny objection. He said, Sanjay, I'm so rich, I will just buy the hospital. I told him, Mr. Client, why, you're a very smart businessman. There's a cheaper way to get it. Buy health insurance. Why do you want to buy the hospital? Buy health insurance, we'll pay for it. It's cheaper, maximum ROI. You're a businessman. You think about return on investment, right? What's the point of buying a hospital if you fall sick? It's like saying, I'm the king. I want all the doctors in my house. There's a simpler and cheaper solution. Buy health insurance. I had a client once, he's like, Sanjay, I understand everything about chocolates, but I don't understand anything about insurance. He's a specialist chocolatier. He loves making chocolates. How many of you like chocolates? That's what I thought, me too. So I told him, Mr. Client, imagine you're going to eat your favorite chocolate, and all of a sudden the chocolate falls down. How do you feel? Upset, right? Or no one's watching. You see, Mr. Client, imagine you're going to eat a chocolate, but that chocolate has a wrapper on it and it falls down. What will you do? You'll pick it up, remove the wrapper and eat, correct? You are the chocolate, I am a wrapper. If your chocolate is so big, how big should be your wrapper? Bigger. Correct or not? The problem is you have such a big chocolate and your wrapper is so small. So what happens? The chocolate gets spoiled. I am a wrapper manufacturer. And the right formula to know how big the wrapper should be is
10 times annual income.
10 times of annual income should be your life insurance. Do you have any other questions? No?
Sign here.
You see, the formula does not change. That is the power of formulas. I've spent my entire PhD trying to figure out what is the right formula for life insurance. And the formula is very simple. 10 times of annual income should be your life insurance. It's as simple as that. 5 times of your annual income should be income protection. How much money should you save for retirement? What's the formula? 20% of whatever you earn, you should save for retirement. That's the formula. 20% of whatever you earn. If you earn 10,000 pesos, how much should you save? 2,000. If you earn 1,000 pesos, how much should you save? 200. If you earn 0, how much should you save? 0. You get a bonus at the end of the year. How much should you save? 100%. Did you know you'll get the bonus? No, it is a gift. Save 100%. Okay, I know you want to enjoy it. Save 20%. It's okay. Whatever you earn, save 20%. That's the formula. The formula does not change. How much money should you save for your kids' education? What's the formula? But Sanjay, where do they want to study? Do they want to study locally? Do they want to study internationally? Do they want to study medicine? Do they want to study accounting? Do they want to study in English or do they want to study in a different language? How do I know? Do you know where your children will study? No. Do you know how much, what their grades will be when they graduate? No. So how should you plan for education? What's the formula? Where would you like them to study? It doesn't matter what I like. Your children will decide by themselves. True or not?
True.
So then how do you plan for education? What's the formula? The formula is very simple. 5% of whatever you earn, you should save for your kids' education. But what if, Sanjay, I have multiple children? It doesn't matter. You can't save more than that. Think about it. If a person is saving 20% for retirement, spending another 5% for their kids' education, and they're spending another 5 to 10% for their insurance, can they save any more money? No. Physically, they cannot. So the formula is very simple. What are the 4 products we have? If you die, I pay. That is life insurance. What's the formula? 10 times of annual income. Correct? What's the second? If you fall sick, income protection. 5 times of annual income. Retirement planning. If you retire, I pay. How much do you save for retirement planning? 20% of whatever you earn. And for education planning, 5% of whatever you earn. That's the formula. You see, once you have the formulas clear, any client you sit with is a very simple conversation. Did we discuss product? No. Did we discuss company? No. How many of you get this objection? Sanjay, I would like to compare. How do you handle that objection? Very simple. Mr. Client, I'm so glad you want to compare insurance products. But let me ask you a question. Did you know that all the insurance companies do exactly the same thing? You die, we pay. You fall sick, we pay. You retire, we pay. Your kids go to college, we pay. Finish. All the insurance companies do exactly the same thing. The only difference is who should be your doctor. Do you want me to be your financial advisor or do you want someone else to be your financial advisor? That's the decision you make. Now suppose they say, I don't know if you're the right financial advisor for me. I want to meet other financial advisors. Well, how do you handle that objection? Very simple. Mr. Client, I'm so glad that you want to find the right financial advisor for you. Why don't I do a favor for you? Till you find the right financial advisor, would you like me to give you free insurance? What is the answer usually? Yes. All right, sign here. I will still close. For a very simple reason, it is our job to provide them the right protection. How many of you think they will actually go and look for another financial advisor? there's a 50% chance they will. There's a 50% chance they won't. Now, 50% chance they will, what do you think will happen? How many financial advisors know the right formula? Very few. So if you give the right advice, they will either get the reconfirmation that you gave the right advice, or they will come back to you for a better conversation. If this is a client that leaves, be happy. There was no marriage. It was a one-night stand. Guys, the power of insurance is in your hands. The choice is yours on how you sell it. It starts with a concept, it goes to objections, you do your closing, and when you do your closing, that's when you start doing your need analysis. Because technically, you've already done the need analysis. Everyone needs 10 times of their annual income as life insurance. There's no doubt in that. Some of your clients will even tell you, this is a very common objection I get, Sanjay, I already have insurance. How many of you get that?
Yes.
Fantastic. Sanjay, I already have insurance. Well, Mr. Client, how much do you have? Oh, I don't know. Isn't that the answer?
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you don't know. Let's do one thing. I'm going to apply for 10 times of annual income. You check how much you have, I will just subtract it. So let's say you already have 5 times. I will just subtract 5 times and I will issue 5 times of annual income. Do you have any questions? No? Okay, sign here. You see, the problem I have is I don't have the time to spend with clients. Either you close in one meeting or you don't meet me again. I don't have the time. I travel 7 months of the year. I have got 6,000 clients today. You know what's my biggest problem? I get so many recommendations that I don't even have the time to meet them. I get over 1,000 recommendations a year. I barely meet 300 of them. I don't have the time. Isn't that a good problem to have? How many of you want that problem? If you want that problem, the simplest solution, increase your activity rate. You need to meet people. If you don't meet the right people, if you don't meet people, you don't practice your presentations, you don't practice your objection handling, you don't practice your closing, you will not become successful in this profession. I'll leave you with one last objection that I got. And this is my favorite objection because I get this a lot nowadays. Sanjay, God is my insurance. How many of you heard that? I said, Mr. Client, you're absolutely correct. God is my insurance too. But let me tell you a story. There was a beautiful village. In that beautiful village, there was a small temple. Every day, all the villagers would come to that temple and the priest would pray. One day, the villagers came running to the temple. They said, priest, priest, the flood is coming. The priest said, nothing will happen. This is the house of God. The water entered inside the temple. The priest went to the first floor. People came in a boat. The rescue team. Priest, come with us, you will die. No, this is the house of God. Nothing will happen to me. The water went so high, the whole temple was underwater. The priest was holding the flag on top of the temple. The Air Force came in helicopters. Priest, come with us, you will die. No, this is the house of God. Nothing will happen to me. And the priest died. He comes in front of God. God says, priest, I'm so proud of you. Till your last breath, you did not lose faith in me. Till your last breath, you kept your belief in me. Welcome to heaven. But the priest was very upset because he became a liar in front of all his followers. So he said, God, I only have one question. Why did you make me a liar in front of all your followers? I kept telling them, nothing will happen to me. This is the house of God. God said, priest, no one knows me better than you. Don't you know that I never do anything myself? I will always send a messenger. I came to you 3 times. You didn't listen to me. And for that, you go to hell. You I am sure I'm not the first insurance agent in your life, but I might be the last. You see, God does not do anything himself. He will always send a messenger. I am a messenger of God. Each one of you is a messenger of God. Each one of you is protecting a family which is not yours. True or not? True. Then why are you scared? You are doing God's work. You're protecting families that are not even yours. You can do any business in the world and you can earn money. You have chosen to sell life insurance. It's a choice you make. Each one of you is doing God's work. When will you start believing it? The day you start believing this, you will become very successful in this business. Because money is a byproduct of what we do. The more families you protect, the more richer you will become. But that is not the objective. It's your job to protect families. It's fortunate we get paid for it. That's it. But wouldn't you protect families anyways? Ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget your mission. Please don't forget the opportunity that you have. Each one of you has the opportunity to protect lives. So when you leave this room, stop thinking about 2019. Start focusing on this year. How many more lives will you protect? Best of luck, and I look forward to seeing you.